Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for clicking on the video. This is another review for Love Marriage Huntsville. I ain't write down the episode. I know it's season 2. Anyway, we are, picking up where we left off. Martell walking away from Marcus and their little debacle. Kimmy, Destiny, Maurice, and Marsau, they are standing in a huddle. And they're, discussing Wanda and Wanda's lack of an invitation, but she was still showing up. So they have to run that back. Tisha is still on this. Kimmy was rude. My mama can't come to stuff, so I'm gonna have to make sure. She's like, she felt like since her mom is family and they all family was cool. She's like, so can I bring my kids without calling? And Kimmy's like, sometimes not. Like, why don't you think you need to pick up your phone to tell somebody that you have a +1 with you? Girl, you lack tact if you feel like you can just pop up with whoever you want. When I invited you and you only. You don't get to just bring who you want. And listen, when it comes to the kids situation, don't you bring your kids without telling me. I'm gonna be looking at you and them kids crazy, especially if my kids ain't home. Like, we gonna have a night, to ourselves this weekend. And if I decide to do something, don't be thinking you gonna bring your kids, because mine aren't even here. So no. If mine ain't in the house, I definitely don't want yours running around up in here. And that's just that. That's just true tea. They talking about that, and they bring up the sanction situation, and Kimmy's like, I did not say the word sanction. You did. They flipped to confessional, and Tisha asked Marsau, did Kimmy bring up the word sanction, or was it you? And he gonna say, yeah, she did. Of course, we got to run it back. Shows that was a lie. They try to check. No, Marsau tries to check Kimmy, saying that I get she wasn't invited. I get all of that, but you were still rude with your greeting and all of that. And Kimmy's like, listen, I done told y'all she was not invited. She should not have been there. So whatever she got from me is what she was going to get, because I didn't invite her. What don't y'all get? They don't get it. They don't understand, Kimmy. They don't understand, but she doubles down. She's like, fuck all that. Now, Wanda wasn't invited, and that's just that. And I'm going to be rude again the next time if she comes to an event where I haven't invited her. Anyway, what's her face? Tisha don't like that. So she ends up walking away because the common denominator was Melody and Martell. And so Kimmy was just like, no, Tisha was just like, well, I guess I can't bring my mama where Martell and Melody will be. And Tisha's like, as if that would happen. As if you're inviting them anywhere. Tisha just walks away. But it's the truth. You're not cool with them. So what you mean? Girl, no, the common denominator is your mama. It ain't Martell and Melody. Y'all, Melody is in the studio playing around, wasting these people time. Let me just plug something for you, sis. If you trying to get that whole studio feel, you want to put your headphones on and really feel like you in the studio. There's an app for that. It's called Smule. I get my life on Smule. Listen, the singing career for Brit is over and done with. I done aged out, okay? I can't be no pop star no more. But I still like to sing and, work these vocal cords and keep the talent there. Because if your pipes will get rusty if you don't work them out. Any instrument, if you don't practice, if you don't work at it, you will lose it. And so I sing all the time still, but Smule gives me that studio feel. So sis, stop wasting the people time and download Smule, because that's where you can sing. That Smule is for people like you. She got a cute little voice for yin yang yang around the house, but not to be in nobody's studio wasting time and money. Download Smule, Melody. I'm telling you're going to have a great time. It's going to feel real. You can change, you can put a little reverb in it. Listen, it's the studio experience without wasting the people time and their money. All right, off my soapbox. Marcus pops up. He drops by the studio so they can talk. And of course, he's, disappointed that she wasn't there. And she apologizes. I know, I done invited you somewhere and I ain't even show up. But I guess, the thought of Martell being there, her kids would be there. She know Tisha and them was going to be there. Like, she's just trying to avoid any negative situation with, her coworkers. But Marcus ends up telling Melody, about the situation, about how the conversation went, about, him approaching Martell and telling him, what the kids had said. Melody's not offended by it, but Melody's like, I can see why he upset, but he shouldn't be upset because, his thought process should be, well, why don't my kids want to be with me? Instead of, being defensive. But girl, any parent is going to be defensive if somebody that ain't the parent coming up telling me that my child said to you that they want a new daddy. Like, that wasn't going to go over well ever, Marcus. That's not the way to go. Next we see Marsau. He comes home and Wanda's there. She got all the kids. She got her other grandkids. She got Marsau and Tisha's kids. And I didn't even know that Tisha had siblings. I don't think she talks about them. But anyway, he want to talk to Wanda. Wanda cleaning off the table with a paper towel. He gonna like, don't you think you need like a dish rag or something with a little moisture? And she like, I'm getting the crumbs off if you don't know nothing about that. Which is true. My mama always taught me that. Wipe it off first to get the crumbs off. And then go back over it, with a damp, washcloth or sponge or whatever you use. Because you don't want all the crumbs in your sponge and all of that. Like, you ain't trying to wipe dirt all over the table. So get the dirt off first. And then you cleanse it. Anyway, they sit down and talk. And Wanda, he tries to tell her, this is what the situation is. This is why people are, distancing themselves and not really wanting to invite you to stuff because of X, Y, and Z. And she's like, oh, well, you brought the trash to the table. I just took it out. He was out there calling me a B word. Y'all don't know what happened out there. She's like, we don't know what's going on. And she had every right. No, you didn't, Wanda. No, you did not. Marsau tells her that she says, see, when God puts something on your heart, Marsau like, don't be bringing my God in this. God ain't told you to run up on Melody, so just stop it. I'm coming from a mother point of view. Okay, girl. Wanda say she got Martell number. I got his number. You don't worry about it. I got his number. He tries to chastise Kimmy some more because he's still on this. Kimmy shouldn't have been rude, but it's like Kimmy wouldn't have been rude if Wanda wasn't there. Like, why is everybody missing that part? Every action has the reaction. Kimmy was the reaction. Wanda was the action. That's just how it goes, guys. He tells her that, I talked to her about her being rude, and he gonna say that Kimmy said she agreed. Kimmy ain't say that. Don't be putting words in Kimmy's mouth. Kimmy did not say that she agrees with that. Kimmy said, I said what I said. I ain't mad, and that's just what it is. She said what she said. So don't be around there telling Wanda that she was apologetic, because she was not. Wanda says, listen, she got it, baby. I got it. You need to step to the side and let a real woman do what she do. And I'm like, really, Wanda? What's this real woman stuff? Let a real woman handle it. She said, Kimmy my age. I ain't worried about Kimmy. I can take Kimmy. I got Kimmy's number too. Marsau gonna say, well, I mean, you may not get the chance to tell her that because, seeing as how Kimmy has sanctioned you from her future events. And Wanda says, sis sanction. What's this sanction that you just said? What's that? What's the sanction that you do? What's that? It's the sanction? She don't know. He has to break it on down. It means ban, or like you can't come around. Oh, so that's what she's saying. Yes, that's what she's saying, Wanda. They go back and forth some more. I don't know. He likes to poke at Wanda. And she be dead serious, and Marcel just be getting a kick out of it. She even tell Marcel she don't like him. That's why I don't like your ass. You talk down to my daughter, but you won't be talking to me like that, which is why I don't like your ass. He gonna say, sucking up all my air, all in my space, but you don't like me. She's like, listen, I'm watching your kids, which is something you don't do. That's why I'm here. I'm only here for my grandchildren, and that's it. She leaves, and he gonna say he's just so weird. I'm gonna say her walking around looking thicker than a snicker in your leather pants. So, are you looking at your mother-in-law? That's not a good look, Marsau. That's not a good look. Maurice, Kimmy, Marcel, and Martell, they go to shop for, their camping trip. Maurice say he want to go glamping. He want to go glamping. He say, where the pedicures, where the manicures, where the massages, where's all of that? But they're going camping, and Kimmy is there for moral support because she got to make sure her husband don't spend up all the money in the store. But they're in there, and Kimmy is browsing, and Martell takes the opportunity to, apologize for his behavior at Jalen's event. And, she's like, she accepts his apology. It's cool, whatever. We just got to roll with the punches. We gonna get through it. We gonna get through. Then we start talking about Melody, because he always got to get somebody on his side. And, he's talking about how he's dealing with things, with his kids and the back and forth and Melody and the divorce, all of that. And Kimmy was like, well, it's a good thing you're going on this trip, because that's where you need to vent, not on social media. And he like, well, I thought she would have my side because Melody started it. Here we go. Melody started it, but Melody did this, but Melody did that. It's like, God damn, nigga, can you just please be accountable at least once? At least once. He can't do it. He cannot do it. He tells Kimmy about his conversation with Marcus. Kimmy like, oh, I heard that didn't go too well. Kimmy, how you heard everything? She said she heard that. She heard about the rumors about Martell and his baby. Like, she just done heard. He tells her. Wait, does he tell her about this baby? No, he don't tell her about the baby. But he's still trying to garner some sympathy from somebody, anybody. They, wrap it up. They wrap it up. But over in the cut, Maurice and Marsau were talking, and they were talking about Martell and how they don't know Marsau don't know if he can trust him. He knows Martell for his works. And so he don't want no mess out of him. So he's a little leery about this 47-acre deal. He don't know. Jury's still out on Martell. The guys start pulling up to the campsite. Everybody but Marsau is there. Cedric, of course, it's like they use him to be all in folks' business. They use him to get the guys to talk more. I guess that's his role. That's his job. So he all in Martell's business. Martell, of course, again, he's rehashing how this is affecting the children. Cedric takes this opportunity to, fill him in on his own life. He's like, listen, I was about your kids. Like, me and my siblings were the same age as your children when our parents divorced. And so you be on the lookout for this and that and that. And if this happens, if that happens, it's all because of this. Like, he knows, how to deal with this emotionally because he's been through it. And so he just gave him a few antidotes, and Martell is appreciative. Martell, he always looks like he just got a wall up. The minute you start talking to him about his personal life, the wall just starts building itself. He ain't with that, gushy, mushy, sharing feelings type of thing. It looks like it makes him very uncomfortable. Melody, we see her taking the kids to a pumpkin patch. Flip it back, and because we back at the cookout. And they're waiting on Marsau to get there, and come to find out that Marsau was in an accident, so he will not be joining the guys on the trip. He was in a car accident. Good to see that he's doing okay. It wasn't, a bad situation. His car does look totaled, but he's okay. Back at the pumpkin patch, Melody, she invited Ima, because Ima's her life coach now. You remember I told y'all, she said who she was filming with, and she wasn't playing. Because the only people we've seen her film with is Destiny, Ima, sometimes Kimmy, and her brother. That's it. That's what we gonna get from her. But Ima shows up, because she's there to talk to the kids and, help them process and work through their emotions in dealing with this divorce. And Boss Baby got a lot to say. Boss Baby is the more vocal one, and so is her son, Martell. Martell, she said that her oldest daughter is more like her, but no. No, that little Martell is just like you, Melody. That southern drawl and everything. He is you, and you is him. But she just talks to them, helps them process things. Little Martell say I want to live with Melody. I want to live with Mel. And I was like, excuse you? That's mommy to you. Mama, ma, mother. But never her first name, little boy. But he said he want to live with Mel. Boss Baby said she want to live with Ice Cream Boy. And she said Ice Cream Boy. And I think she talking about Troy. I may be wrong, but I feel like, listen, y'all better listen to the baby. The baby talking about Troy. Because Martell has already said that when they go over there with Marcus and Troy, they're getting ice cream and cookies and that sort of thing. When Boss Baby says she wants to, go live with Ice Cream Boy, Ima isn't really clear on that. And she says, oh, so you mean your daddy? And she's like, yeah, daddy. He gives us ice cream, Rocky Road ice cream with cookies in it. And the oldest daughter was like, no, he don't. That's why. I'm of the belief that the baby was talking about Troy. And that was probably her that said that she want him to be her daddy. Ice Cream Boy. Like, you wouldn't say that about your dad. You would just say daddy. Yeah, she was talking about Troy. Let me wrap that up, because they really just hash everything out. It's a good conversation. She helps them process their feelings. Lil Martell say, at the end of that, he feel better, because he don't like to see his mama cry. He said, sometimes mommy has a bad feeling, a crying feeling, like when daddy is mean to her and stuff. Right, mommy? Right? When daddy is mean to you. That's how he said it. Sounds like that little girl off Life. A night in the hole. A night in the hole. He's so cute. He look just like Melody. He's spilling tea though, telling all that lady business. Yeah, like when you wanted to get your clothes, and he just turned into a crazy man, a crazy person. Hush up, Martell. Hush up. Back at the campfire, Maurice, he tells us, he has to backpedal a little bit, and I'm assuming this was something that came up in his marriage, after the last season. He, since being in the pandemic and knowing and noticing how Kimmy's been, had to work so hard, and she's an essential worker, like her position in her job, her career, it's not something that she can just turn off and turn on. Like it's a passion, it's a calling. So he says, he admits to being wrong about all of that, about, trying to get her to quit because we need her. Then Martell, he opens up about his infidelity, and they hold him accountable for it somewhat. So Derek, of course, because this is his job, he has to throw out, I done heard the rumors, and they just couldn't be true, because you ain't tell me nothing, and I know we boys, and I know you would have told me if you had a baby on the way. So like, are the rumors true? And Martell is like, well, I haven't told anybody. Yeah, she pregnant. Maurice, is the baby yours? Yeah, it's about that timeline adding up. It's mine. I'm the pappy. And they just, well, damn. So Derek says, congratulations. I would have been judging my friend. I was telling my husband that. He was like, I mean, what we supposed to do? I'm like, no, as men, y'all should have got his ass together. He's just like, well, I mean, no, had he come to them ahead of time, then maybe they could have talked some sense into him. But what can you do now? And really, what can you do? Like, as a friend, your friend tell you, girl, another nigga that got me pregnant. I'm going to be looking at you like, what you going to do, sis? You going to keep it? Like, what you going to do? I don't know what to tell you. And when you got one on the way, you know, as a man, you really can't do anything about it. You are just in that situation unless mama say she don't want to go through with it, because you know it's her choice. So that's where it ends. Martell done spilled his own tea. I mean, even though we already knew, because it played out already. Oh well, Martell. That's what happens when you have raw sex with your side piece. And I think she's been pregnant before, but she was getting abortions. And this time she said, not this time. Not no more. I'm keeping this one. I need a little bit of collateral. I'm keeping it. Oh, well. That was it. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby. And I'll chat with you later. Peace out.